it will copy in some stable store. Okay, all operation from the starting of the transaction to ending of the transaction. Each and every minute ones also, micro operations also. Okay, the variable may modify 10 times in the during the transaction. It copies all 10 modification in somewhere. We call it as a log file. The log file is going to be stored at a stable store. What is the meaning of stable store? Theoretically, we are assuming the storage area that never fails. Okay. Once again, I will explain you in detail what is the meaning of stable store. The stable store, that means it may copy the data multiple places, multiple locations, so that whatever the failure the database may affect, clear, it can retrieve data from some other location, some other instance, clear. By identifying all this the data, if in case of whatever the failure it is, after uh, getting back, okay, the database can be in a position to retrieve what it did in the last minutes before the failure of the database. Clear? Okay. So we are using the log files, but only thing is, when you are going to modify in original database, when you are going to modify in your original database, that is the main thing. Okay, whether you are modifying the immediately in the original database, because till the partial commit, your operations may be in the temporary RAM or your stable store. The stable store, be careful, is not your original database. It is not your original database. You are copying all modifications to the variables of the database in some stable store. But when you are copying in your original database, okay, that particular operation, we are having the two methods, two schemes. One is deferred database modification, another is immediate database modification. Okay, deferred database modification and another is immediate database modification. Clear? We'll see what is the meaning of this particular thing. Your log files are not part of the database, but it is part of the DBMS. In the log files, we are copying each and every modification. Okay, what this log contain? The log is containing whenever a transaction is starting, which may modify the operations, the variables in the database. Immediately, whenever a transaction starts, we are copying TI start record in the log file. We call the log record also. Indicates a transaction is start. Whenever it is modifying any variable, it is not directly modifying the variable of the database, but it is copying whatever the modifications it is doing in the log file. In the log file, it is recording in the log file. Okay, so in the form of four variables, the record contains. First variable is TA, indicating the transaction being executed. Then X, indicating the value it is modifying, the variable it is modifying. Then B1 indicates old value or nothing but value before modification. Then B2, the variable or new variable or variable after modification. Okay, so using these variables, it can retrieve the original data at any time. Finally, be careful, after the partial commit, whenever it is going to be, that means in fact, as the last start of the transaction, it is including TA commit. Okay, the TA commit, it is reaching means the transaction is completed, all its operations, it is goes into the partial commit state. So as whether it is there or not, as part of the last statement, you are including TA commit in the log file. Okay, in fact, we include the commit operations also in the transaction to indicate it successfully finished all operations. It successfully finished all operations. The TI commit indicates the transaction is finished successfully. Okay, right. So once it is successfully finished its operations, the transaction can goes to partial commit. Okay, that means the partial commit is indicating it finishes successfully all operations. Right. The deferred database modification scheme. The deferred database modification scheme records all modifications to the log, all modifications to the log, but differs or it waits all the modifications to the database. Okay, so thing is it waits, it do all the modifications to the log, but it waits for the writes to other partial commit. Okay, all the writes to after partial commit, it waits instead of writing into the database. It differs. That okay, right. So assumption is the transaction executed serially. The transaction in the recovery schemes, we always assume there is a serializability indicates all transactions are executing in the serial order only. Okay, so once again the transaction starts by writing TI start log record in the log file. A transaction X, a write operation on that variable X results in the log file as TI X value V value. Okay, TI is the uh, TI is the transaction, X is the variable, V is the new value for the X. V is the new value for X. Okay, here we doesn't require the old value. We doesn't require old value for this scheme because until unless it is not entered into the partial commit. Partial commit means it is already successfully completed all operations. It already successfully complete all operations. Okay, all modifications are already in the stable store. Even though the transaction fails, it can obtain the value. It can obtain value from the. It can obtain value from log file. Clear? Otherwise, anyway the deferred database modification will not execute, so it can have only new value in this particular scheme if you are using deferred database modification, because you are not modifying your original database, hence there is no necessity of cancelling the previous operations and goes back to the old data. In the deferred database modification, until unless the transaction is finished successfully and enter into the partial commit, then only you are modifying in the database. So we doesn't require okay, Sharma. Right. So in the database, default database modification, what is the technique we are doing is until unless transaction completely finished, it finished all operations, it if finished all operations, we are not modifying into the database. Okay. So in case if it is not entered into the partial commit state, that indicates the transaction is failed. In case of the failed transactions, you not modified anything into the database, hence there is no need of recovery. Hence there is no need of recovery. Okay, so the write is not performed on the X. Hello. Right, Ayo. Right. Welcome back. So in the different database modifications, we are writing into our original database only after finishing all operations successfully. Once only after copying all modifications on some stable store. Okay. So the write operation is required only the final value here in this particular case. In case of any failures, we are not at all considering writing into the database. Okay. So old value is not at all need for this particular thing because we are writing into original database only at the end. Okay. So the write operation is performed on X at the time of finishing the partial commit. Okay. Right. So when partial commits, the TA commit is written to the log file. When finally, when the transaction is copying TA commit onto the log file, then it enters into the final commit, partial commit. Finally, after this partial commit, the log records are once again read and used to actually execute on the for write operations on the original database. Original operations on the database. Clear? Right. So in the different database, what is the thing? You are not writing all modifications directly to the database. Instead of directly writing onto the database, you are modifying all the modifications in the log records. Once you entered into the partial commit state, clear? That in partial commit state is indicating you successfully finished all the previous operations in the transaction and you also executed TI commit. Now it is means there is no chance of failure of the transaction, hence you can copy into the original database, right? That is the meaning of deferred database modifications. Okay, so during the recovery, if any case during the recovery after a crash, whatever the crash it is, a transaction needs to be redone. That means whenever I will explain you once again. Okay, in the log files about this particular topic. Okay, the transaction need to redone if and only if the TA starts and TA commits are in the log file. Redone undo operation, redone undone undo operations. Clear? Redone means if after crash, if it verifies, it reads log file. If the database DBMS contains, okay, it founds TI start and TI commit statements, TI start and TI commit statements on the log file. It simply once again repeats because it is before doing into the database, if the transaction is failed. The system was crashed. In fact, transaction is not failed, but system was crashed. Okay, the transaction, because the transaction don't know it finished all the modifications to the database are also or not. It simply reads the previous log files. If the transaction TI for the TI, it founds TI start and TI commit in the log file, then it do the redo operations. Redoing a transaction is nothing but okay, it includes a statement called as TI redo TI. That means it is indicating just repeat the transaction. Okay, sets the value of all the data items. So in the redo operation, what it do? It sets the all values of the data items updated by the transaction to the new values in our original database also. Okay, crash can occur while the transaction is executed. Be careful, the transaction can occur. Okay, be careful in the about statement we are doing in case it founds all the TA start and TA commit both log records in the log file. This TA start and TA commit and rendu statements kanaka log file lo kanipiste, it do redo operations. Redo operations always refers with the new values only. It doesn't require the old values. Redo operation always required new values only, doesn't require old values. Okay, anyway, if the TI starts and TI commit are not there, in the default database modification, it doesn't do the modification to the our database. Okay, ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నామంటే even in the from the log files, after finishing the log files, it has to modify the values in the database. Say after partial commit in the log file, you are having 5 modifications. Okay, in the original database you did 2 or 3 modifications. You are not made the third, the fourth and fifth modifications, say for example. So in the log file you are having all modifications. In the log file you are having the all modifications, but in the database you did only 2 or 3 modifications. So maybe the 2 or 3 modifications are pending in the original database. Then what to do? What it is doing, after recovery from the crash, it simply goes to the log file. It redo all these modifications. Say for example, A is set to 10, B is set to 20, C is set to 30, D is set to 40, E is set to 50. Okay, it did a modification to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 are not modified. Okay, so redo operation, what it will do, once again it identifies these operations. It identifies all these operations in the log file, but because it don't know whether it modified in the database 2 values or 3 values, it simply redo the operations once again, whether the A is 10 or not. Once again 10 becomes once again 10. A repeats this operation because it is replacing the database value with the latest value of 10, A value, because A is already modified. Okay, simply this log file contains BCD also. Whatever the latest values will be copied in the database. Okay, whether all the ABCD values, E values are modified or not, you are once again modifying the ABCD E values with the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. No problem. It making the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 to ABCD n number of times. It happens to be the same values. That is the meaning of redo. Okay, so the transaction is executed. The crash can occur when the transaction is executing the original updates. Even the failure may occur while the recovery action is taking care. Original ga log files lo values database lo copy చేసినప్పుడు fail అవ్వచ్చు. Says for example power problem ఉంటుంది. Power problem ఏమంటే transaction modification చేస్తున్నప్పుడు first time